Hey, what's up everyone? It's Jay from Jay's Tech and Tips. Today I'm going to be going over the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S and what you need to know before purchasing or thinking about purchasing one of the two phones. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see here. So we'll start off with the iPhone 5C. So the iPhone 5C, it says it's everything. iPhone 5C is everything iPhone was and more. So it has an all-new design packed with great features. iPhone 5C features an all-new crafted design from a single hard-coated polycarbonate body. Polycarbonate, that means plastic, by the way, with a steel reinforced frame for solid, sturdy feel. The steel frame holds an internal components and also doubles as the iPhone's multi-band antenna. So what they're doing is they're taking a plastic body, the outside of it is plastic, they're putting metal inside of it, and the metal that they have inside of it is what they're using for the antenna. It's been done before, but pretty good design. Let's see something else. The iPhone 5C comes with features customers love in the iPhone 5 and more. The iPhone 5C is going to have an A6 chip. Says to have great battery life, but we'll have to see what that says. The iPhone 5C makes it even easier to connect to high-speed networks with up to 13 LTE wireless bands. Okay, so what this means is the iPhone 5C is going to be an international phone. You're going to be able to have this phone in multiple countries, and it's going to be released at the same time. So you know, sometimes when there's a big phone release, different places will get the different countries will get the phones first, and there'll be a long wait for the other ones. So with this LTE technology, with these being in 13 countries, that means that these phones are going to be released and be ready to go all over the world in the countries that support it. The iPhone 5C will come with iOS 7 pre-installed. That's pretty much it. As you can see in the photos, it shows the colors that it's going to come in. It says the iPhone 5C comes in blue, green, pink, yellow, white, and will be available in the U.S. for a suggested retail price of $99 for the 16 gigabyte and $199 for the 32 gigabyte. It's going to be available on all your major carriers. For additional cases, they are going to be $29, and those cases will be in blue, green, pink, yellow, black, and white for suggested retail price $29. You'll be able to get the 5C at the Apple online store, any of your authorized Apple resellers. Here, there's a list of the countries available in the U.S., Australia, Canada, China, France, Germany, Hong Kong, Japan, Puerto Rico, Singapore, and in the U.K. All on Friday, September 20th. And it's also a note that iOS 7 will be released on September 18th. So, and the compatibility for iOS 7 will be, let's see, the iPhone 4 and later, iPad 2 and later, iPad mini, and iPod Touch 5th generation. This is really good. They're also going to be having an iPhone 4S. They're going to be making a new iPhone 4S, 4 gigabyte. And this one is going to be free on contract. So what this does is it opens up a whole new market. This is Apple's attempt to take back what they've lost from the Galaxy series and how Microsoft is moving up with their phones. So what Apple's doing here is they're trying to attempt to take back the market worldwide. Let's take China for instance. In China, the cell phone is more of a luxury than it is here in the United States, where everyone has a phone. In China, not everyone has $300-400 or the $199 on contract to be able to get an iPhone. So there are lots of users who want this technology, but they're unable to get it. Well, with this free on contract, even though it's the iPhone 4S, which is a still pretty good phone, people are going to be able to have that phone, and still Apple's going to be able to make money off of this phone having the new subscribers for people who aren't going to be able to get the 5C or the 5S. One thing to note also, there will no longer be an iPhone 5. So they have already quit production on the iPhone 5. So what they've done is they said, okay, we're going to make more iPhone 5, iPhone 4S, 8GB version. We're going to those for that lower market that's unable to purchase the newer phones. And then we're going to introduce 2 new phones, the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C, for the people who want to have the latest technology. So pretty good move by Apple. Let's go into the 5S. Now the 5S is actually going to have an A7 processor, and it's going to bring 64-bit desktop class architecture to a smartphone for the first time. So this is the first smartphone that will have 64-bit technology. What this means to you and me, at this time, I believe the apps that will run on the phone that are Apple specific apps will run a lot faster and a lot smoother with the 64-bit technology. But as far as developers go, it's going to be a while before we see anything that's going to be able to take advantage of that 64-bit processing speed. So if you're buying this thinking that every single app that you have is going to be faster because of the 64-bit process, that's going to take a while. There's not going to be a lot of apps, especially at launch. There's not going to be a lot of apps that are going to be able to take advantage of this, besides the ones that already come on the Apple 5S. Let's see what else it says here. Every iPhone 5S includes the new M7 Motion coprocessor that gathers data from the accelerometer, gyroscope, and compass to offload work from the A7 for improved power and efficiency. Developers can also access the Core Motion APIs, take advantage of the M7. I think what this is the M7, it's going to allow more tracking, like say you have your Nike bands and your things of this sort. This is going to be able to integrate in with that, so that it's going to pretty much turn your phone into like what you have your Nike bands. They're going to be able to track your steps, your print scanner. Now what the fingerprint scanner does is, so far as all we know, is you're going to be able to log in to your phone without typing. If you have your phone locked and you want to access your phone, you would put your fingerprint on the little button, the button that used to be your home button, that will now be for your fingerprint scanner, and it will unlock your phone. There's also been talks of that's the way that you will purchase apps from the App Store. When you log out or you log into the App Store and you want to purchase an app, you'll have to put your password in every so often and things like that. Now with your fingerprint, that's the way that you will go ahead and purchase those apps and things. Now when I was watching the live feed, the live streaming of it, there were some comments on the Twitter feed, and people were saying, oh, I can see it now, since iPhone is supposedly the most stolen phone in the world. People steal iPhones more than they do any type of phone. So now what they're going to do is they're going to steal the phone, and they're going to cut your finger off to go with it so they can have your finger for the phone, which is kind of, might sound outrageous, but I've heard crazier things. So I think that is a pretty good. The fingerprint technology has been around, but Apple to be innovative and be the first to actually have it working on a phone is going to be a pretty good thing for them, to bring them back into the market to be compatible with Samsung and the Microsoft phones and things. So the pricing on the 5S will be $199 for the 16 gigabyte and $299 for the US version. For the 32 gigabyte. One thing also to note, for the iPhone 5C, you can pre-order, and it's going to be available in all the different places that I spoke of. Now on the iPhone 5S, you will not be able, they are not taking pre-orders for this phone at this time. So I don't know if this is something that they're going to be able to do. I think that this is their way of getting people out and going to the different retailers to purchase this phone. So as of now, you can only purchase it at Apple, at the Apple Store, or say like at your Sprint, AT&T, different things of this sort. So pretty much what I'm saying is, if you want the Apple 5S, be prepared to be in line, because there will be very, very long lines Everyone talks about how Apple has lost, Samsung has, or the Galaxy phones and the different phones, how they've caught up and surpassed Apple. Well, this is Apple's way of showing, and I guarantee you there will be lines. I even saw on one Twitter post that there have been people already waiting in line in one of the at the New York store since last Friday, and we still have another week and a half to go before the actual release. So there are the fanboys. Apple fanboys still do exist, so they will be there to get that phone. So if you plan on getting the 5C and you want to get it, because of course it's going to be limited availability, you best believe you're going to have to be in line. So that's one thing. Now Apple, the 5S, the 5C, and by the way, there's been speculations as to the 5C being called the C for cheap, clunky, whatever like that. That C is actually for color, because they have the different colors of the phone. Now that one you will be able to pre-order and get at your different locations, but the 5S you won't. So that's something, if you want, if you're thinking about getting it, you better be prepared to be in line, and they will sell out. Let's see what else we have here. That was pretty much how the live stream summed up. They didn't announce the I think it's called Apple Radio that we're thinking about, to compare with like the Spotify and things like that. They didn't announce that. They didn't at this time. There was no screen enlargement. So for the naysayers, it says that Apple has to have a bigger screen to compete with the Galaxy series phones and the other phones who are going to the trend of the bigger screens. I think this will prove that once you have a market built and you have a following, doing what everyone else is doing is not always necessarily the best move. And for those who don't believe it, you will see when the lines and how many people will be there to get the 5C and the 5S, and they have the same screen that the iPhone 5 has, so there's no increase on the screen size. So hey, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope this was informative for you guys and you learned a little bit of something, or there's plenty of videos out there you guys can watch. I thank you guys for stopping by and watching this one. Go ahead and leave comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you plan on getting one of the new iPhones, or you plan on getting something else. I know the Galaxy Note 3 is coming out. That's probably what I'm going to be getting. And nothing against the iPhones, but for what I do and what I need, I need a bigger screen for the multitasking things that I like to do. So I'll be getting the Note 3. But anyway, thanks guys for tuning in. I hope this helped you guys out. Don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next video.